Hello and welcome to another episode of Current Affairs MCQ. Let's begin with previous day question. Consider the following statements with respect to the Asia-Africa Summit. The first Asia-Africa Summit, also known as the Bandung Conference, was held in 1955 in the Indonesia to promote Afro-Asian solidarity. The Bandung Conference of 1955 adopted the 10 principles of Bandung, promoting peaceful coexistence and non-alignment. The Bandung Conference led to the formation of the African Union. How many of the above statements is or are not correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. The correct answer is option A. The first Asia-Africa Summit held in Bandung, Indonesia in April 1955 aimed to foster solidarity among African and Asian nations against colonialism and imperialism. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The Bandung Conference was attended by 29 countries, including nations like India, China, and Egypt, representing over half of the global population. The Bandung Conference of 1955 adopted the 10 principles of Bandung, promoting peaceful coexistence and non-alignment. Hence, option 2 is correct. The Bandung Conference inspired movements for independence and cooperation, but did not directly lead to the formation of the African Union, which was established later in 1963 as the Organization of African Unity. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Admissions are open for Drishti IAS Noida Center for the IAS GS Foundation course covering both prelims and mains offline batches. English medium batch is starting from 7th May and admissions are open for Hindi medium batches. For more information, give us a call at 87501. Let's begin with today's session. Consider the following statements regarding South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, that is SAARC. SAARC was established in 1985 with 7 founding member countries. The SAARC Secretariat is located in Dhaka, Bangladesh. The idea of SAARC was formally proposed by India at the Non-Aligned Movement Summit in 1980. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3, or 1 only? The correct answer is option D. The South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation was established with the signing of the SAARC Charter in Dhaka on 8th December 1985 with 7 founding member countries, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, who met for the first time in Colombo in April 1981. Afghanistan became the 8th member of SAARC at the 13th Annual Summit in 2005. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The headquarters and secretariat of SAARC are in Kathmandu, Nepal. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The idea of SAARC was formally proposed in 1980 by Bangladesh's President Zauur Rahman, not by India or at a NAM summit. He initiated consultations with South Asian nations to foster regional cooperation. His vision focused on collaboration in economic, social, cultural, and technical areas to promote peace and development in the region. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements regarding ocean currents and their influence on global water resources. Ocean currents play a significant role in the redistribution of heat across the planet, affecting regional climates. Cold ocean currents are generally associated with arid coastal regions. The thermohaline circulation is driven primarily by wind patterns in the equatorial regions. Select the correct answer using the code below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3, or 1 only. The correct answer is option A. Ocean currents are the continuous, predictable, directional movement of seawater driven by gravity, wind, Coriolis effect, and water density. Ocean currents act as global conveyor belts, transferring heat from equatorial regions to polar regions and vice versa. This redistribution of heat moderates the climate of coastal regions. Example, the warm Gulf Stream warms Western Europe. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Cold ocean currents such as the California Current, Humboldt Current, and Canary Current cool the air above them, reducing its ability to hold moisture. This often leads to dry, desert-like conditions along adjacent coasts. Example, the Atacama and Namib deserts. Cold ocean currents have a direct influence on desert formation, particularly along the western coast of tropical and subtropical continents. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The thermohaline circulation, also known as the global conveyor belt, is driven by differences in water temperature and salinity. Thermo is heat, haline is salt, not by wind. Wind-driven currents dominate the surface layers, especially near the equator, but thermohaline circulation occurs in the deep ocean and is density driven. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements regarding convection in the Earth's mantle. Convection currents in the mantle are driven by the heat from the Earth's core. These convection currents cause the movement of tectonic plates at the surface. The convection in the mantle is slow, taking millions of years to complete one cycle. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3, or 1 only? The correct answer is option C. The heat generated by the Earth's core is the primary driver of convection currents in the mantle. The core heats the lower mantle, causing material to rise towards the surface, cool, and then sink again, creating a circular movement known as convection. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The convection currents in the mantle exert a force on the lithosphere, causing tectonic plates to move. As hot mantle material rises and cooler material sinks, it pushes and pulls the overlying plates, driving the processes of plate tectonics. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Mantle convection is a slow process with a cycle taking millions of years to complete. The movement of material in the mantle occurs at a slow rate, with convection currents moving at speeds of a few centimeters per year. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next, which of the following are the potential areas of application of quantum gravity gradiometers? Mineral and hydrocarbon exploration, infrastructure monitoring and tunneling detection, planetary studies and climate change monitoring, non-invasive archaeological surveys. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1, 2 and 3 only, 2, 3 and 4 only, 1, 2, 3 and 4, or 1 and 4 only. The correct answer is option C. Quantum gravity gradiometers are advanced instruments that use quantum technology to detect extremely small variations in gravitational acceleration as precise as 10 to the power minus 15 meter per second square. Applications of QGG. Mineral and hydrocarbon exploration. QGGs can detect underground density anomalies caused by mineral or oil deposits, making them useful in geophysical surveys and resource extraction. Infrastructure monitoring and tunneling detection. They are employed in civil engineering to detect underground voids, tunnels, and structural weaknesses, aiding in urban planning and disaster prevention. Planetary studies and climate monitoring. QGGs contribute to planetary science by measuring gravitational fields of celestial bodies and are also used to monitor polar ice mass and groundwater changes important in climate change research. Non-invasive archaeological surveys. QGGs enable archaeologists to detect buried structures without excavation by identifying subtle underground density differences. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements regarding Khadi and Village Industries Commission. KVIC is a statutory body under the Ministry of Rural Development established by an Act of Parliament in 1956. Under the scheme of Fund for Regeneration of Traditional Industries, KVIC supports the development of traditional clusters like honey, pottery, and khadi. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B. The Khadi and Village Industries Commission is a statutory body established under the KVIC Act of 1956, but it functions under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, not the Ministry of Rural Development. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. KVIC is one of the implementing agencies of the Scheme of Fund for Regeneration of Traditional Industries. The scheme aims to organize traditional industries and artisans into clusters and supports their development in sectors such as honey production, pottery, khadi handicrafts, and more through infrastructure support, training, and market linkages. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next, consider the following pairs. Sikh Guru contribution. Guru Ram Das founded the city of Amritsar. Guru Arjan Dev compiled Guru Granth Sahib in Gurmukhi script, or Guru Gobind Singh established the institution of the Khalsa. Which of the pairs given above is or are correctly matched? Only one pair, only two pair, all three pairs, or none? The correct answer is option C. Sikh Gurus. Guru Ram Das, the fourth Sikh Guru, founded the city of Amritsar in 1577. He began the excavation of the sacred tank, which later became the site of the Golden Temple, Harmandir Sahib. Hence, pair 1 is correctly matched. Guru Arjan Dev, the fifth Sikh Guru, compiled the Adi Granth, the original version of Guru Granth Sahib, in 1604 in the Gurmukhi script. He included hymns of previous Gurus and other saints. Hence, pair 2 is correctly matched. Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th Sikh Guru, created the Khalsa in 1699 at Anandpur Sahib to instill a martial spirit among Sikhs and to defend righteousness, dharma. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next, which of the following entries have been included in UNESCO's Memory of the World Register? Rig Ved, NAM Summit Archives 2023, Natya Shastra, or G20 Summit Archives 2023. Select the correct answer using code given below. 1 and 4 only, 2 and 4 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, or none of the above. The correct answer is option C. UNESCO's MOW program, launched in 1992. UNESCO's MOW program aims to preserve world heritage in manuscripts, oral traditions, audio-visuals, and archives. Updated biennially, it currently includes 570 entries, with notable Indian entries such as Rig Ved 2005, Abhinav Gupta's work 2023, and NAM Summit Archives 2023. The Bhagavad Gita and Natya Shastra have been added to UNESCO's Memory of the World Register, which preserves documentary heritage of global significance. G20 Summit Archives 2023 is not included in UNESCO's Memory of the World Register. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next, which of the following is correct regarding the characteristics of perovskite materials? Excellent light absorption, poor tunnelability, efficient charge transport properties. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option C. Perovskite material refers to any compound that shares the same crystal structure as the mineral perovskite. In solar technology, it typically denotes metal halide perovskites, which are hybrid organic-inorganic materials composed of a metal cation, a halide anion, and an organic molecule. These materials are known for their excellent light absorption, charge transport properties, and tunnelability, making them ideal for photovoltaic and optoelectronic applications. Only 1 and 3 are correct about the characteristics of perovskite materials. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next, which of the following statements is or are not correct regarding the properties of metamaterials? Their unique properties primarily come from their chemical composition, exhibit unusual electromagnetic properties like a negative refractive index. They can be naturally occurring or engineered artificially. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or 3 only. The correct answer is option C. Metamaterials are artificially engineered materials designed to exhibit properties not found in nature. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Their unique behavior arises from their internal structure and arrangement, not from the base materials, chemical composition they are made of. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Key properties: they often display unusual electromagnetic properties such as a negative refractive index. Hence, statement 2 is correct. This makes them valuable in fields like optics, telecommunications, and electromagnetism. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements with respect to the Global South. The Global South is a geopolitical concept that highlights shared challenges like poverty, inequality, and climate vulnerability. The African Union represents the continent's interests, aligning with Global South properties. The Global South exclusively consists of countries that were colonized by European powers. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none. The correct answer is option B. The Global South represents countries facing common issues such as poverty, inequality, climate change impacts, and limited access to global resources, often advocating for collective action. Hence, statement 1 is correct. India has positioned itself as a prominent advocate for the Global South, championing issues like sustainable development, climate justice, and equitable global governance in platforms like the G20, UN, and BRICS. The African Union, comprising 54 African states, represents the continent's interest, many of which align with Global South priorities like development and peace building. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Many Global South countries were colonized. The term is not limited to former colonies. It includes diverse nations with shared socio-economic challenges regardless of colonial history. Example, some non-colonized countries like Thailand. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Consider the following statements with respect to the UN Security Council. The UN Security Council consists of 15 members, including 5 permanent members with veto power. The primary responsibility of the UNSC is to maintain international peace and security under Article 24 of the UN Charter. The presidency of the UNSC rotates monthly among its permanent and non-permanent members in alphabetical order. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. Send the answer of this question in the comments below. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.